This is one thing I really love about this PvP stuff. You get to see teams like this. Hello folks, today we've got ourselves a brand new update to start this week in Idle Heroes. This update is containing 3 large changes to the game. The main one is going to be a brand new arena system where you can get some really nice rewards. So we'll be taking a look at that and some tips for making progress in there so that you can get the most rewards and increase the number of things you can get throughout the whole time the arena is live. On top of that, we've also got some new stuff for the Void campaign as well, which a lot of later players and even free-to-play players can appreciate, which give more Destiny rewards. The main part of that is we have a new boss. So let's start in the Void campaign. We're going to take a look here. A new boss has invaded. It's the Priest boss. So here it starts at Divine Power 6, which is pretty high, and the rewards it gives, pretty nice. We get some Scattered Spirit Vein shards, 76,000 here, and 9,500 Aurora Gem shards. And obviously each stage will give more of those rewards, giving you pretty easy access to Destiny materials, assuming you can beat this. So before we go ahead and fight this, let's go take a look at the other things that have been added. Hollow campaign, the Aurora Metropolis, or Chapter 7, has unlocked a whole new stage. So for those of you deep into Hollow campaign, you've got this to fight as well. And of course, finally, there's the new arena mode, the Sword's Edge Arena, which you can find here on the right-hand side, just below the cool events. When you enter in here, you'll see you're presented with 3 accounts. These are 3 opponents that you can choose to fight. As well, you'll notice you have a ranking. Mine is super low right now because I've not used any attacks, and you start with 10 tickets for the day, but if you want to, you can buy more, either by using contract story gems or gems, and you can buy up to 1,000 a day. Now, the first thing you need to know is this is going to be open for 10 days in what's called the battle phase. So if you wanted to go all in on this and consume every single ticket you could, it's going to cost you 10,000 gems. Now, for accounts with lots of gems, that's completely fine. But if you're a free-to-play player, I'd probably not go wasting your gems on this, as there's probably significantly better things you can go ahead and invest in. As you go and play through this game mode, you'll be rewarded with Gallant medals that can be exchanged in a store, which is similar to other stores in Idle Heroes like the campaign loot drop. Here you can find a broad selection of resources. We've got some nice stuff here, like a chest that contains any of the minor resources in the game. We've got stuff like scrolls, prophet orbs, super wishing coins. Really though, none of that should be of interest because we're competing with stuff like Cause of Transcendence. If you get a bit lower down, maybe soul symbols are more to your fancy, but as well we've got chests here that contain stuff like Celestial Island resources, star spawn materials, and even a chest here that contains skins, if that was something you wanted. Probably not worth 3,000 to be honest. Lower down though, you'll see we have artifact chests. They're a little more expensive and they only unlock when you've acquired 30,000 medals this session, so it's quite hard to get to that point. But if you do get to that point and you've made a lot of rewards this session, then congrats, you will be able to get yourself one of these items. So you're probably wondering, how do I get these Gallant medals? Well, first of all, you're going to acquire them by making progress in this event. Simply, all you need to do is rank up, and depending on the ranking range you're in, you'll get yourself a different level of medals. So if you're in the lower range, every rank up is going to get you 2 Gallant medals, and in the higher range it becomes 3. Then for some reason it drops back to 2 between the 5,000 10,000 range. I don't know why DH Games have done that, but they might fix that. And in the 2,000 to 5,000 it's 3 again, and then you got 1,000 to 2,000 is 3. But the higher you get, it gets into some really strange levels here, where 33, 99, 150, and even in the top levels it can squeeze up to 500. Also, as your ring points increase, you'll get yourself access to these medals here, you can see. So the more points you get, the more medals you'll have, and at the end of the event you'll be given these medals too. So it's in your interests to rank up as high as you can, because you will get more medals, not just from overtaking your opponents, but also by finishing in a high position, so you can get as many medals as possible. Because the ideal is that you can go into the store and buy something really cool, like an Origin Artifact Selection chest, and also the stuff here like Contract Starry Gems, which are really nice, but you do need 15,000 Gallant medals to unlock that. But still, Contract Starry Gems available here, that's 500 we're able to get every time this comes around. That is super duper helpful, as DH GH Games seem to be increasing the number of events that you need to use contract story gems in to get the most out of those events as a free-to-play or budget player. So yeah, this store is pretty interesting, giving us access to some really cool stuff. Heck, look, even here we've got access to treasure train items, right? That's pretty nice too. So perhaps this is going to be an interesting store where players are able to pick up a lot of resources to help them make progress. And the more things like this in the game are good, because that means that you've got more access to resources as a player. More stuff is never a bad thing. As well, it's a game mode people have sorely been screaming for. You're only allowed to use one team, a team of 6 heroes and a monster. This harkens back to the early days of Crystal Crown League. You might remember it when you started on a new server where your 6 heroes would fight other people's 6 heroes, and then it magically disappears after your server gets too old and you can no longer do that game mode. Well, Crystal Crown League used to be a permanent thing in Idle Heroes, and when it became something temporary, a lot of people were upset and were hoping something like this would return. So this is actually fantastic. It's finally a PvP game mode which rewards us, gives us reasons to engage in PvP, and is gonna incentivize a new form of competitive play, which is fantastic. The only issue though is the higher level of PvP is often down to who just has the largest treasure train, the better awakens, and the older account, not to mention who has spent the most money. So of course there's going to be factors involved that mean you just can't win a PvP, but when it comes to competing against similar power level teams or trying to get the most out of what you have, PvP can really be a fun game mode for many folks, and it changes how you approach stuff. It's not as simple as the cookie cutter PvE approaches you may have seen, where you can just go ahead and go, hey, how did you beat this wave in Void Campaign? Someone will tell you and you copy it. PvP is dynamic. People change their lineups. What is good will transform as new Transcendence heroes enter the game. And because it's reactive, it's hopefully going to keep things fresh, and as you unlock new heroes, the power and things your team can achieve will evolve as well. So you should notice that your team is getting ever and ever more powerful, and your ranking is going to be higher each time from the last, and hopefully it'll give you a good sense of achievement and progress, because it's unique to you. So let's go ahead and do some challenges here. Now, I've been advised by my moderators that the best approach I can make here is to attack people who are the lowest rank on this list, but higher than my current rank. And given that I'm 50,001st, which is the lowest rank possible, we're going to go for Elizabeth Betty here, as even though their rank is super duper low, they're still higher than me. Well, it's going to be a pretty easy fight here. They have a D- 9-star Holmes Young. Oh boy. This is going to be an easy one. Actually, this looks like one of those, you know, those like early game farm accounts. Okay, let's give this a fight. So the team we're going to drop in is, of course, our best 6 heroes. But actually, I don't really like Aspen in PvP, and given everyone else is also an A tier, we'll just use these guys, and then we add Betty in at the end because she's really strong. We'll activate Betty's core because it's, again, really strong, and we'll keep Patricia and Natalie at the front because Betty's got Dragon Rui, she should trigger immediately, and then we've got a load of elusive mirrors on the team so that we've got energy feed, and a few of our key heroes are also built defensively by wearing the Golden Crown. So it's an elusive mirror, Golden Crown, Dragon Rui team that hopefully will perform nicely. It's probably going to be an instant dead on this 9-star Holmes Young. Yeah, well, you died. And immediately, we're going to get ourselves 134 Gallant Medals. See how easy it is to acquire these? Fantastic. So, already, if we wanted to, we could go into the shop and I could get myself a heroic summon scroll. That's not bad for a single attack. However, I'm probably not going to do that. But if you look at my rank now, we are rank 48,990, and this guy here, 48,995, that's a lower ranking than me, because smaller number, better rank. So we're not going to attack this guy, Elliot Zimmerman. Instead, we're going to go for PLJBMB. Don't want to know what that stands for, but let's give him a slap and see how this goes. Oh, look at that. It's another early game free-to-play bozo. I think because we're starting late on this update has been out for a few hours already. A lot of these guys are going to be quite easy to farm, which, you know what? That's going to work out in my favor, I think. So we'll take the W and the Gallant Medals, and we'll go ahead and find someone else to fight. Alright, we got this guy here, Yin Z. Alright, let's give them a slap. Another pretty easy team to face, so we'll go ahead and fight them. I love how I'm like 100 times stronger than these teams? Very funny. Nice. Easily beaten. And there's another 44 Gallant Medals. Now, I think we're getting less Gallant Medals the more our ranking moves up. So that's an interesting thing. But I have been told you only get Gallant medals if your ranking moves up. So maybe we don't want to jump too hard at this and just do little bunny hops and take it slow to get the most number of points. Then again, there's only a certain number of attacks we can do each day. So I wonder what's going to be better here, a slow approach to this or a rapid approach? Let me know which one you think in the comments section, and hopefully we can come to a consensus. Either way, I'm on 48,097 points, so let's go ahead and fight this person here, Hey Def, and give them a slap 2. That should be a pretty easy win. That's an E2 MKxJUMP. Pretty easy to fight this one, so we'll go ahead and fight again. And there you go, that's going to be another victory with 92 Gallant medals this time. The next one, we'll go find someone again higher than us. That's one level lower, Sodex. Funny. So we'll go hit this dude. Go ahead and get another win there. That's an E1 MKxJUMP. We attack that. It's 196 medals coming through here. Very nice. Now we're on 45,945, and we've got this guy here called Alalaum, who's 41141. Nice. Go ahead and attack that guy. And let me know, actually, if your account actually appears on this screen. That'd be pretty cool, right? If one of you is like, yo, that's me! So, yeah. Drop me in the comment if I actually end up fighting you. That's really funny. Either way, we get 240 for beating that guy. Our ranking goes up 1,800. And, yeah. Now we've got Kelso. Yep. Gonna hit him. That's no problem. Starting to face people with, actually, some Tree of Origin heroes now. Finally, a real fight. I say that like I don't just casually have like 13 levels of divine power on my heroes, which means Betty... Oh, yeah, Betty just instantly one-shot that team. Well, at least he put a Bending Will on his Hyperspace Hunter Ailemak. Could have put it on the rest of his heroes though, huh? Either way, nice easy win there, 96 points for us. This next one, Kelly Ralph, how's that one gonna look? That's just an Eloise. Oh, that's cute, nice. We'll hit that. That gets me 210 Gallant medals. Sweet. This next one is Gaston. Kind of building a little bit wide there, though, buddy. You've got a MKxJUMP and an Eloise. And not really sure who he wants to build in the Shadow faction there. Trying to build both Eloise and Jar at the same time. Yeah, so perhaps a little unguided when it comes to making progress there. Ah, well, no problem either way. We've got Ken Pullman here. Nice. And that's going to be 10,000 points we've managed to acquire here just by doing like little fights against the weaker people just to maximize our resource gain. Now, at this point, we're going to go ahead and buy 10 more attacks using gems. I mean, I could use Contract Story gems, but I think gems is the wiser move, considering I have 285,000 of them. These will not be missed. I will be spending these every day so that we can maximize our reward progress in here. I mean, already, though, we're looking great. We've got 1,284 of these medals, which is, you know, pretty good for just the first day. So we're going to go ahead now and fight this dude here, Fader. Should be an easy win. Not even an E5 hero. So there you go, it's 66 medals for us. We go again against Ciara E. That should be an easy win. And I know it just looks like I'm farming these lower accounts, but again, it's because a lot of the higher accounts have pushed really far ahead, so it means I can take advantage of these lower accounts for starting slower, but still on the same day. So if you're watching this and have gone, huh, I haven't even fought the arena yet, you're probably going to have a really nice time. So let's go ahead and slap this one. Let's go in and fight. There you go. That's going to be another win here. Getting me, okay, 230 points. Awesome. We're going to fight again against Phoenix here. Should get us a few more levels. Yep, that's going to get us also 236 of the Gallant medals. Nice. I wonder, if we do a massive jump, is that just going to get us tons of medals? I'm actually curious if that's something we should probably be doing here. I don't know. Let's try it. Let's go against Ooh, 8. Let's go ahead and hit this guy. Because I'm pretty sure these guys aren't going to pull us down. Yeah, okay, it does. Right. So the more levels you jump, the more medals you get. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So we could, like, turbo our way all to the top. But I don't want to get stuck where we can't just keep leveling up and then prevent ourselves from making more progress. But I'm assuming that, you know, even if I'm still in the top 10,000, there's still tons of accounts I can completely beat. All right, we're starting to get to some pretty high-level people now, which is good. Finally into something that's a little more competitive. So we've got this team here. We'll just go slap that. You can see instantly plus 3,463. So you can see you're always swapping rank with the person you beat. And yeah, it seems the more ranks you get, the more medals you get. Although obviously if you rank up too high, you're going to get pushed back down, and then you're going to have to progress back up again. But hopefully that's not too much of a problem. Evil Suoj, looking like that's quite a strong-looking team. That's like 500 million. That should be quite a few Tree of Origin heroes. Yeah, that's a pretty interesting lineup. Still completely winnable for me, though. Either way, let's go hit Elaine Keats here. That should be pretty easy. And as we've seen, that's going to get me a lot of these. Nice. This is one thing I really love about this PvP stuff. you get to see teams like this. Look at that. A Mickey, a Bleaker, a Lutz. Someone thought that was a good idea. Oh, I'd just love to know what goes through these people's minds. Maybe they just don't engage with like any of the community, and that's completely fine. There's a lot of people who do play this game and just don't know like what the heck's going on, and that's cool. Either way, let's go and skip battle through that because that's just a cruel massacre either way we approach it. And last but not least here, we got Janik. So let's go ahead and fight you here. And again, I'm pretty sure Betty's going to demolish this dude. Absolutely. Coming out there, instant killing the whole team. Bro, just use Unbending Will. Ah, so sad. Maybe Betty's just cutting straight through the Unbending Will. So we pushed ourselves to rank 17,742, doing a slow rank up technique here, which is probably best for a lot of you lower level players who are going to struggle to beat the majority of people. You probably want a micro rank here to maximize the number of Gallant medals you can get. And obviously, the more Gallant medals you can acquire, by the end of this, you should probably be able to get yourself an Origin Artifact Selection chest for free. And you know what? That sounds like a pretty ideal scenario to me. And even then, if you can't quite push to that level, you're still absolutely going to unlock the Contract Story Gems here if you're doing all your fights. And that's 500 Contract Story Gems you'll get. So that's either going to give you all the Contract Story Gems you would spend doing this back, or perhaps you don't have to do that. You can just do it with the 10 fights a day and still get to that point, which is pretty nice to think about as well. And what I also like about this game mode, as a PvP game mode, it doesn't require you to set a defensive lineup. Instead, it automatically creates one from the team you attack, which means there's none of that annoyingness when you go ahead and disassemble a hero and it says, oh, you can't disassemble them, they're in the defensive lineup. No, it just screenshots what you attack with and makes that most recent team your defensive team. And I think that's pretty nice. The only downside of this is you cannot use preset lineups, so you will have to set your team up specifically. So make sure you give your heroes the artifacts you want them to have and the enables and imprints you want them to have to get the most out of this. Little advice for PvP: speed and the ability to remove control is pretty good. So Control Purify or a hero like Elena or Melissa can be really handy. Either way, let's go ahead and test our lineup against the new Priest boss. So what I've got is I still have a Breath of Forest Spirit on my Aspen, which means he's going to ramp up and ramp up and ramp up and do a load of extra damage. We've got our Elusive Mirrors already set up, so I think that might work fine. I have no idea what this Priest boss does, and there's nothing here that tells us, so we're just going to have to jump in and see. It is only Divine Power level 6 on this first one. My Divine Power level is significantly higher than that, so I should have an okay time fighting this. So let's go and challenge. We're going to put in our lineup. We're definitely going to be using Aspen here. We've got Aspen, we've got Natalie, we've got Patricia, Ailamak, Elena, and Halora. So I'm not using Betty here. She might be good here. Freya is another hero who could be really good here. It depends on how much pressure damage this priest is capable of, and whether Freya's damage reduction and all damage reduction, and I would say even control immunity she gives us in early rounds, whether that's going to be useful, I can't tell you straight away. But let's go ahead and fight. We've got Phoenix in here too for a bit of extra holy damage and crit damage. And yeah, I'm going to slow this down so we can try and see what abilities are coming out here from these guys. So no sign of control, which is good. The minions hit us, which is triggering the block from Ailamak. That's a great sign. Ailamak is typically really good in these boss situations, because the minions' basic attacks do cause you to block and gain shields. That's terrifying. The priest's hit instantly Unbending Will triggered Halora, even with this Divine Power difference, and it's looking like this team in general has an astronomically high amount of HP. And oh no, 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 no. There was Healing Curse on Aspen. Oh, wow. So that means you absolutely want to run Mark Purify, because if Healing Curse is able to go through on you, you can one-shot yourself. Healing Curse turns all healing you would receive into damage. Uh-oh. I don't like this boss. That is an absolutely terrifying ability to have, and it's already doing lots of damage to us anyway. Super scary. You can see poor Aspen here, really low HP. Oh boy. I hope his active skills end up here. Oh, there we go. Patricia doing great. Finally cleaning up these guys. But that was definitely something to look out for. Oh my word. Natalie doing a ton of damage there too. Wait, what? 1.5? Is that trillion damage? That's the early levels? Oh my word. How much power is this thing going to have? Okay, let's go to difficulty 2. That went fine. Ooh. If Healing Curse ends up one-shotting us, if that's something we have to worry about, the fact you can only fight these things 3 times is going to be such a pain. And if the Healing Curse is random, if it affects one of your heroes at random, that's annoying. Oh, okay. It went for Aspen again and Natalie here. Maybe there's something specific. Oh, actually, it looks like it's just 3 random heroes. Yeah, it's Alamak, Aspen, Natalie. Half your team take Healing Curse? Is that just from the boss's basic attack? Yo, I don't like that. That is terrifying. Thank goodness Aspen only does a basic in round 1 when you give him an Antler's Cane equivalent artifact like Breath of Forest Spirit, and then a team with no Demon Bells. Oh my word. If we had Demon Bells and he was doing an active skill round 1 whilst he still had that Healing Curse up, he'd be dead. He would be so dead. Oh my word. So, little tip, guys. Against this boss, if Aspen's doing an active round 1 and he gets Healing Cursed, I'm pretty sure that's going to instant kill him. So, it seems, accidentally, we've landed on a really good team here, where Elusive Mirror, giving the energy to him later, is probably the better choice, just because it seems like it's the boss's basic that does Healing Curse. I want to watch it for a 3rd time now. And of course, you guys can go rewind, rewatch these fights. You can slow down the speed of this video as well. Just mute me because I'll sound all weird and slow. But really just to see what the heck is going on here. Because I'm pretty sure when the boss does its basic... Yep, there you go. And whoa. 4 Healing Curses now? Oh, no. Do you reckon it's the whole backline? Oh, goodness me. There's no way that boss's basic attack has hit the whole backline and give them all Healing Curse. That's a disgusting power. DH Games, why would you... Oh, that's obnoxious. That's so rough. Either way, I think we still beat this. It all comes down to Aspen's active skill here, though. Oh, boy. Come on. Get it. And maybe the reason we weren't seeing the Healing Curse on Patricia was because she was just dodging it. Because she's very good at doing that. Patricia's an excellent hero. Very good dodge. Maybe we clear this now? I am scared because if we take a basic attack from the boss, we might just die here. Okay. Oh, no, we didn't. Oh, thank goodness. And now we clean up. Surely we just win now. Here goes Aspen. Send it. 1 big active skill. Clean it up, buddy. There you go. Okay, that was a definitely insightful lesson into how sadistically chaotic DH games are. I mean, to be fair, when they do these bosses, they do like to highlight a lot of the skills from some of the stronger heroes that match the class of the boss. So, yeah, it would seem only right that they chose Amon-Ra, as Healing Curse is a very, very iconic priest ability. And you know what, guys? You might say Healing Curse is really horrid and it's going to be something that people are going to struggle against, and I would be inclined to agree with you. It is. But at least it's not Gustin's ping. Could you imagine if it was a Gustin reactive damage, hey, you hurt me, I'll hurt you ability? So yeah, I'm kind of glad that's not the case. But either way, Amon-Ra's Healing Curse being linked into that boss, nuh-uh, don't like that. If it is exclusively the backline, if that's what we can learn from this, then I guess there is one conclusion, which is don't put your Aspen on the backline. But also, you want your Aspen to be on the backline so that it hits the boss, because Aspen deals really good damage with his active skills, specifically on bosses, because he has the Demon Lord's Might, which gives him that extra boost to enemies who are bosses. And he only hits the people in the same slot as him, so he has to be in slot 4 or 5. DH Games definitely cooked on that one. It's going to be a fun challenge. I can't wait to see how far we can get against that boss. Let me know in the comment section how you guys are doing. I mean, first of all, you need to have cleared Void Campaign Chapter 5 to unlock that. So I'm aware for a lot of you, that's something that you haven't got. But I know for many, many people, definitely even free-to-play players included, they have gotten to Chapter 6. So still definitely a boss you can sink your teeth into and fight. So yeah. New arena mode, loads of cool rewards, get those free contract story gems, get those origin artifact chests. Those rewards will be a lot more attainable in 10 days, and obviously when all the other rewards are handed out. So just keep doing your attacks, and if you've got spare gems, obviously you spend them to do more attacks, but that's only really for people that have loads of gems like me. And yeah, good luck against the boss, good luck in the PvP stuff, and let me know what you think about it all in the comments section below. Either way, folks, that's all for now. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to catch more Idle Heroes content. If you want to catch my stuff live, join us at twitch.tv/MKxJUMP. And as always, guys, have an amazing week. And of course, happy idling.